Recently, I've been playing RoboQuest. Now, this is a roguelite game over on Xbox Game Pass that you can get. I believe it's also available over on like PlayStation Premium and whatnot. And basically, it is described as follows. RoboQuest is a fast-paced FPS roguelite playable in solo or two-player co-op. Jump into the steel shoes of a high-powered, hypermobile robot and fight like you've never fought before. Now, I will say that this is very much a high-octane game. You definitely have to keep up the pace and always be on the lookout for the next enemy. Basically, you go through randomly generated areas where you have various enemies ranging from small enemies to medium-sized to bosses, and you're trying to get through to the different locations of each different map that you're on. As you go through, you can either just go deeper and deeper into the map, or you can unlock new areas of the map like a fallen city and all sorts of different stuff that keeps it entirely unique. On top of that, when you're roaming through these different areas, there are different things you can find, ranging from weapons that are just sitting out over to new versions of your character. Basically, one of the main things of this is, of course, you have your home base before you actually get into the game, and this is where you can upgrade your skills, or you can go ahead and change up the type of character you play. The type of character you play starts off as a base one with kind of just your base like punch move, and then you can move up to various different types of characters that have varying different types of special abilities. My favorite personally was the one that lets out like multiple other little robots that go around and help you kill the different enemies. They come in very, very handy when it comes to these much larger bosses and whatnot. On top of that, the entire thing does feel like you're constantly getting stronger and stronger if you do actually go and upgrade your skills. You know, you can get more health or various other things, and one of the things I like too is that every time you go into the game and you start a new round, you do reset from your previous time, except for the things that you bought in your home base. But as you go through and you continue through each individual playthrough, you gain different XP and whatnot that allow you to raise your health in that moment, and you hit various different checkpoints that allow you to regain health and whatnot prior to hitting bosses, or to like pay for a new weapon, buy a new weapon. On top of that, you basically get a mystery box every time you hit one of those new checkpoints that drop anywhere from 2 to 5 weapons depending on how upgraded you are in your skill tree, and then you can utilize those weapons to fight off your enemies. Those weapons can be honestly pretty useless, like some of the like grenade launcher weapons and things like that, or they can be extremely fucking OP. I personally think that the melee weapons really shine in this game, or if not the melee weapons, things like the throwing knives or the tomahawks really seem to come in handy because they do such massive damage, and it's just really fun to run around like John Wick these motherfuckers with some axes and whatnot. On top of that, it kind of rewards you by playing melee because, you know, you have to get up close and personal. It gives you more health. One thing I would say is that the health is pretty non-existent a lot of the time, especially if you're killing enemies via your, like, just shooting them. Basically, when you do so, they're going to drop way less than if you were to actually just go and hit them in the face. And also the fact that you do unlock the characters as well as have some upgrades and, you know, unlock different areas while you go through your playthroughs, it does feel like there is some level of progression. One thing I think also is a little weird is that like sometimes the bosses seem much more like difficult to get to, much further away, or sometimes it seems like the mini bosses are much more like common in certain playthroughs. I think maybe a little more consistency there would be good. However, for the most part, this game is insanely fun. I love it so much, and it keeps my ADHD-riddled brain completely engaged while I'm trying to, you know, maybe watch a movie or whatever. This is like the perfect thing to just have playing on the side and have, you know, some time to kill. Again, the movement is all fun, the weapons are really good, and being able to play around with the different weapons to see what works for you definitely keeps the game quite interesting, and it always feels different or unique on almost every playthrough. So that's all I really have to say about this one, guys. You can go check it out over on, Xbox Game Pass, or I believe, like I said, on PlayStation Plus. Might be wrong on that one. At the end of the day, though, if you guys have played this game, let me know what you think about it, if you agree or disagree with me on anything. And besides that, guys, I will see you all in the next one.
Abducted by my brain and it drains all the dopamine pain, leaving nothing but the dreams that